Hello and welcome to Zeens and Roger. This is tutorial number 3 and I'm going to show you how to crochet a spider. It's one of my own patterns and you can find photographs and the written pattern on my blog, of which I'll put a link below so you can check that out. To make a crochet spider, you don't need very much at all. You need some yarn, needle and thread, crochet hook, scissors and some of these beads. They're so teeny tiny you don't need any stuffing. These guys are not stuffed, they're hollow on the inside. This spider I've made with Aran acrylic, and this one has been made with double knit acrylic. So I'm going to use Aran weight today and yeah, let's get started. My hook is a 4mm hook for Aran. I think for the double knit spider I used a 3mm hook. I always use acrylic for this project. The legs require a little bit of pulling, and if you used a fibre like wool you'd probably end up snapping it, so acrylic is definitely the way to go for this project. You start off with a magic ring, so I'll just move some stuff out of the way, sorry. You wrap it around your fingers like that, and you want to keep the tension here and here. I mean, that's how I hold it, but I think different people hold it different ways. As long as you keep the tension, I think you're okay. So you go under here and pull that through and round. When you've done it a few times it's pretty easy. And you want to chain 6 into your magic ring. I'm going to try and do this in real time without much stopping and starting, but we'll see how we go, because it's a really quick project. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, is that all I've done? 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to count that again because I swear I did more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull the ring closed. The body is dead simple. You're just going to go around it with an increase in every stitch, then to make it 12 stitches, and then do 1 round of single crochet and then a round of decreasing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you go into your first stitch and chain 2. I'm going to keep my tension relatively loose. It doesn't have to be mega tight or anything. So that's 2 in the first stitch, 3, 4, that's 2 in the second stitch, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've gone round once. I'm just going to pull the centre a bit tighter. Right, so I'm just going to go round. I'll just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry if this is a little boring. 6, 6, 7, 8. I could fade out, couldn't I? Come back in again. 9, 10, 11, 12. You can see it's curving in on itself because you're not doing the increase, so it's just going to start curling. So you just pop it. You want this to be the outside, so you're going to pop it out like that. And then we're just going to decrease 6 times so that the body is shaped. It doesn't really matter how you decrease. I'm going to do it like this. So that's over 2 stitches. I'll show you again. That's 1, and then what you do is you go in the first stitch, pull through, in the second stitch and pull through, yarn over and pull through both, and that's a decrease. There are different decreases you can do for amigurumi style projects, but this will do. Doesn't really matter which. Ooh. I have, by the way, completely lost count. I don't know how many this is. Should we check? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need to do one more decrease. So I have 6 stitches like that. Okie pokey. So that is pretty much the body done. The tail you want to be sort of around 50 or 60 centimetres because you're going to use that. So thread it through to fasten off. And then the next thing you want to do is just poke the other end inside, and that so you don't have to sew that in, don't have to worry about that. Get yourself a darning needle, and I have forgotten mine, so inside my little notions bag I have one here, and this is to sew his little bottom shut. Well, actually probably be his belly button. So just go in the front loops all the way around. Hopefully you can see that. I'm just going in the front loops all the way around. Like that. And I'm just going to pull it closed. There we go. See, that is the spider's body. There he is. Sew this guy in a bit so he's not going to go anywhere. He won't anyway, but there. That'll do. So just put your needle to one side, because the next bit we need to do is put the head on. Choose which is the more spidery shaped bottom end, because they do have funny bottoms, some spiders, don't they? I'm gonna suggest that I'm gonna put my head here, but if you think it's more spidery to have it at that end, then feel free. To make the head, excuse me, you need to get a slip knot and your hook, and I've instantly forgotten which end I was going to put the head. Let's say, doesn't really matter, and I'm going to go sort of around here somewhere. So this is the first round, that's the second round, this is the third round, and I'm going to pop my hook in somewhere around the third row. And I'll join that with a slip stitch. So that is joined on to make a head, I'm going to do a puff stitch. So I'm going to yarn over and go in and pull up. And I'm going to do that 4 times. So that's 2. Oh, squeaky. 3, 4. And then once you've done it 4 times, yarn over and pull through all of those loops on your hook. Ugh, I haven't done a very good job. Be smooth with it. Yarn over again and just do a little stitch, and then just to the left of that head, put your hook back into the body, yarn over, pull through and do a little slip stitch. Snip the yarn. And there you have a little head on your spider. Let's sew in those ends. Obviously, every other time I do that, it goes through first time and it's really smooth and brilliant, but pressure of the camera is my excuse. So just pop that in and out a few more times than I've done it to secure it, and then same with the other end of the head, that little spidery head. I'm just going to snip it off there, but obviously just going in and out a couple of times isn't that great. You want to do it a couple more times than that. So there's your head and your body. The next thing we need to do is legs, and they couldn't be easier. You're just going to do some chaining and snipping, so I'll show you that next. The legs couldn't be easier. I haven't shown you how to do these in real time because you didn't want to sit there and watch me chain all of that, but I will show you one time. Slip knot and chain 18. All the legs are different sizes. This one's going to be the smaller of the pairs. This one's 20 chains, this one's 22, and this one's 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So snip that, fasten off by pulling it through. Whoops. And then because it's literally just a chain, you want to pull it really, really tight, and this is where it's useful to be acrylic yarn, because if I were to pull this tightly on wool it would snap. Cotton might be alright, but I've not tried it with cotton before. And then you snip a couple of millimetres away from the knot on both ends. So quite close to where you tied it off. And because you've pulled it super tight, that shouldn't go anywhere. So there are the spider's legs. The next thing you want to do is get your body and thread a darning needle on that long tail, and have it so that it's coming up near the head. Don't think spiders have necks, do they? But around his throat. I don't think spiders got throats either. Do they? I don't know. My spider anatomy is pants, obviously. I do know they have 8 eyes, which will come in handy in a minute. Just get somewhere in the middle and thread it through the legs. ready to sew on. You can do them all individually if you like, but I'm going to cheat and just sew them all on at the same time, trying to pay attention to where they're laying so that the front ones are the shortest pair and keeping the longest ones at the back. So it's going to go there. And then last pair of long legs, thread those on. So I like them to be near the top of the head because that's more spidery, isn't it? And then stitch in place to secure. Again, you're going to want to pay more attention to this than I'm doing right now because I'm just sort of doing a rush job. Okay, so let's say I've spent a bit more time sewing those on and making sure that they're nice and snug. The next thing you want to do is make sure that your thread is coming out of his bottom, because this is now spider thread. See? There he is. A mostly finished spider. And what I like to do with the two long legs at the back is just go in the end on the last stitch there, and on this one as well. Try not to twist it though. Go in here somewhere. That'll do. And then his little leggies at the back are working their way down the thread, up the thread. They're feeding the thread through so that he or she can build the web. After I've done this, I'm going to go on Wikipedia and learn about spiders. So that is most of the work done. He just needs some eyes. Green craft beads. I don't know what size they are, it doesn't say, it just says there's 15 grams in this pot, and I found it at the garden centre in the craft section. So underneath I'm just going to get my needle and thread and hide the join. I haven't gone all the way through, and I'll just sort of loop it around a couple times. And then we'll do it a few more times and then come out and pierce that little face. Ouch! Sorry, being silly. Right, so you want to come out sort of to the side of his face because we're going to have some beads going across. I hope that I've chosen a fine enough needle to be able to thread these beads. If the needle's too fat, then you'll be threading these beads individually and sewing them on one by one. But this needle, thankfully, is thin enough that these beads are just threading straight on. That's great. I can do 4 at a time, no problem. Oh, see, that one actually stuck. So he's going to have to come off. I don't know why they do that. I guess it's hard to predict. Hard to make the holes all the same size. There you go. So that's 4 beads, and I'm just going to go to the right side of his face and sew through. And be mindful of his legs, you don't want to trap his legs. And then I'm going to try and go through that again just to make sure it's super secure. Do it twice. I suppose you could double thread your needle actually. That would have similar results. So that's the first. Can you see that? The first layer of 4 eyes. And then I'm going to do another layer of 4. without impaling myself on the sharp needle. I bet that's the same bead. No, it's not. And very carefully put the lid back on and don't spill them. These always end up on the floor everywhere. Oh, I can't put that back on yet. There. So underneath the first 4, or on the top, this one wants to go on the top. What do you reckon? What's more spidery? I'm going to do it underneath. It is a bit fiddly, but I mean, it's not like it's too much trouble. And I don't think it matters. You don't have to be super accurate either, I think. Is anybody going to look that closely? I don't know. It's just a nice touch. I wasn't going to bother with eyes at all, but then my son said I needed to put eyes on him, so that's what I did. There we go. See, now our spider has eyes. Okay, and then I'll probably try and come out here somewhere and fasten that off after making a couple more stitches. So that is one spider. It's such a super quick project that you could make hundreds of them. Can you imagine how awesome that would be to decorate your house in all these spiders at Halloween? And I know it's in the middle of summer and we're not anywhere near Halloween season, but the real spider season starts pretty soon. I'm already running into cobwebs in the garden and stuff, so maybe we could all crochet some to join in with the real ones. There he is, one finished spider, and then his mates can join him. Boop. There you go. If you've enjoyed that tutorial and found it useful, then do comment and let me know. Also you can thumbs up and subscribe, that would be awesome. Thank you ever so much, and I'll see you again for another tutorial. Cheers, bye.